let's solve it. So this is obviously this is a cube, it's completely scrambled, so we're going to get what most people can do, to be fair, so I'll skip, we'll cut this bit, is get one face. So if you can get one face, then so pause the video, get one face, and then come back. Okay, so there's one face. Now just check with yours that the centers match up with the top face. So green, green, red, red, blue, blue, orange, orange. So it doesn't look like that. So you've got the face, but it's not matching the center thing. So you need to get the center things matched up. So normally that would just be a case of just twiddling it around, or you might have done it anyway, but that's what you're after. So next stage is the second layer. Now the second layer is the bit that a lot of people have the problems with, because it's the bit, how does it work? Well, there's two particular methods, two particular moves that you do depending on which piece you need to move to where. So I'm going to look around and I'm going to notice that one there is red and blue. So that little piece there, red and blue, I want that one to go where that one is at the moment. And the way I do that is as follows. I hold it like this and I turn it away, I go up, I go back, I go down. And then what you should see now is that white one needs to go in there. So if I then bring that one down and bring that one around and then bring that one back up, when I return it, the piece is in there. Okay, so that's if you want to get the piece from the left, well, from the center to the left. So this one here, blue and orange, that's blue. So that blue and orange piece I want to put in there. So I do the same thing again. I move it away, I go up, I go back, and I go down. And now, if I then bring it down and then around and then back up again, it's slotted the piece in, hasn't it? So now for this piece here, I've got a situation where I've got, well, I've got a bit of a problem now. Because these pieces here, that's yellow, and yellow is the top face. That one's yellow, yellow is the top face. That one's actually in the right place. And that one's, so the actual pieces I want are already in place. So the way I get around that is I just do the move anyway to put that piece into that hole so that I can release that piece. Does that make sense? Just watch this. So I want that one to go in there to take that one out. So I'm going to move it that way and then up and then back and then down again, and then I'm going to rotate it round and bring that one like that and then that one like that and then that one like that, and it slots in. And now when I bring it up, that's the move that would get it in the right place, but what it's done is moved it out. So now I'm free to rotate it round. Now this actually has worked out quite well, because I've shown you how to put one piece into the left side, but this one is green and orange goes in the other side. So this is the second thing that you need to do. If you want to get it left, then you do what I've done already. If you want to get it into the right, which we do here, then you do the similar thing, but it's like a mirror image of it. So I'm going to move it away, up, back, and then down. And then you can see that that one piece can go in there. So if I bring it back up and then rotate that round, it slots in. And now it's in. But by doing that, I also then took the piece that was there and moved it out. And that piece there is the green and red piece, which is that one there. So I want that green and red piece to go in there. So I line it up, so the green there, and this is the first bit we did before, so it kind of reinforces that. Around, up, back, down. And then you do down, around, up, and then back after you've rotated it slightly, and you can see it's in there. And if you look, we've now got the second row. So now we've got the two layers, and what we're after now is looking at the bottom of it to see if there's a cross, and there isn't at the moment. So we're going to make a cross on the bottom. That's the next stage. And the way we do that is we have to sort of jiggle these pieces around so that they form the cross. And that's done as follows. If I hold that so that I've got the two faces that are already there, and I do around, down, top around, up, and then bring it back, and then bring the top back, I see if there's a cross, and there isn't yet, so I'm going to do it again. So I do around, down, around, up, around, and then back. And as you can see, I've now got a cross. Okay, so I'll just do that a few times so you can see it's there. If you haven't got a cross, you do around, down, around, up, turn the top back round, and then bring it back again. And then do it again, around, down, around, up, around, and then back again. And I'll do it again, around, down, around, up, around, and back again. And you can see now I've actually got the cross. So it's around, down, top, around, left, up. You need to practice it. Okay, so the next stage now we've got the cross, the next stage is to check out these pieces here, are the points of the cross. So I'm looking at the edges now, and I'm seeing if any of them, those center pieces, match up, and that orange one obviously matches up. So I'm just going to wriggle it to see if it's more than one that matches up, and it isn't. It's only one that actually matches up. So the next job is to get it so that on the points of this cross that they match up to the faces. So I need to essentially move that blue one to there, that red one to there, and just jiggle those around so the cross lines up, so that all we're left with then is the corners. Now the way you do that is you hold it facing one of the faces, and if you've got two that line up already, I don't in this particular example, but if you've got two that line up already, put those facing away like that. And then what you do is you do up, around, down, around, up, around, around, and then put it back down again. Okay, and then you look to see what's happened, and they're still not lined up, so I'm going to do it again, up, around, down, around, up, around, around, and then down. Now I'm just going to twiddle it around and see what happens, and if you look, they've matched up. So essentially you keep repeating up, around, down, around, up, around, down, until the points of the cross match the colours of the side. And now all we're worried about is the corners. So with the cross correct and it's lining up, we're now going to turn our attention to the corners. So I'm looking at the corners, and none of the corners in this particular cube at the moment are in the right place at all. So we need to jiggle these around to get them into the right place. And the way we do that is we hold the cube and then we do the following steps. Now, if you have got one that is in the right place, put that in the top right. So rotate it so it's in the top right. I haven't got any in the right place. They're all wrong, so it doesn't matter what I do. But if you've got one that's right, put it in the top right. So I do the top face, I do top, up, back, up, back, down, back, down. All right? Now, if you look at I'm going to put like a guide to this, and you can download it and print it out and follow it. So now I'm going to look at the situation again, and I find that that one is in the right place. So I'm putting that one in the top right hand corner. None of these are in the right place. I've got one in the right place. So I do the top face, I do around and then up and then back, and then I do up on the left face and then around on the top face and then down on the right, back on the top and then down on the left. And what I do now is I have a look and I see that that one's in the right place and the right way round, that one's in the right place and the right way round, and these are all in the right place, but they're not the right orientation. So this is actually the fun bit now, because what we do is we hold the cube so that the face that's, you know, the yellow face in this case, the one with the missing, the piece, we are at the bottom, and then we just repeat the same thing over and over again. We go up, around, down, back, up, around, down, back, and then when it's in the right place, we just twiddle it around to the next one, and then do up, around, down, back, up, around, down, back, and if it's not in the right place, we keep going up, around, down, back, up, around, down, back. and it's done. That was the steps broken down individually. So what I'd like to do now is just solve this cube. Now, let's not be under any illusions here. I did this, I used to do it at school a long time ago, 30 odd, 40 years ago. And then I could do it. And then lockdown came and I got very bored and I thought, well, let's dig out the cube and have a go at it. And then I looked at online for how to do it, and it was an absolute nightmare of codes and complicated, and I couldn't follow it. So I thought, why not try and do it in a visual way? So hopefully you'll find this easier to use. Now, you're not going to be a speed cuber doing that. There's an interesting documentary on a well-known subscription channel called Speed Cubers, which is just phenomenal. Essentially, if you look at the way that's orientated there, the actual combination of the coloured squares, there is a solution for that is virtually instant and done. But in order to do that, you have to remember the solution for that particular combination of colours. So when you see the speed cubers doing it, they have it covered up, and then they're allowed to look at it for a few seconds, 5 seconds, and then it's covered up, and then they go 3, 2, 1, and they're off. That's because they've seen it, they've recalled the solution, and then they do the solution. That isn't what this video is about. You can't, I mean, when you've seen like a 15-year-old, there's another video on YouTube that I saw that thoroughly just thought, right, okay, let's not make this competitive. It's like a 13-year-old kid, I think, and he's juggling 3, actually juggling them and solving them. Oh God, it's like, there's no way. That's not happening. But it is satisfying just to be able to do the cube. So this video isn't about becoming a ninja at it, or because that's something that I'm not capable of. But it is nice just to be able to do it, just to have a way of doing it. Now, this method works for all cubes. It won't necessarily be quick, although sometimes you will be quite fast, because as you do the steps, things will fall out and land in your favour. But I'm going to try and solve this cube now, and we'll just, maybe I'll time it. Maybe we will make it a sport, because, why not? So I've got my stopwatch here. I'm going to put that there. Maybe if I lay it flat, I don't know how well you can see that. Now, I'm not going to do it competitively, but maybe I am. So let's see what happens. I'll just zero that because it was already counting on something. So I'm going to go now. So the first thing we're going to do, I will narrate as well, so, hear me out, is I will get the first layer. So I'm going to try and do the first layer. It's quite difficult to do it with the camera in the way, so that's another reason why I'm going to be very slow at it. So there's that. I've got the blue there. There's a white one there. That's a red one, so I'll just spin that round. So I'm building up the first layer, or at least I'm trying to. So that's green and red. Green and red is there, so that one needs to go in there. That's in the right place. That one is now red and blue, so red and blue goes in there. And I've got one missing. There it is there. So if I just flip that down and flip that like that, I should be able to get that one in. So now I've got the top row, but those are in the wrong place. So I'll just flick those out, and then should then be correct. So I've got the top row, and the center ones match the center corner. So that's correct. So now we're looking at the second row. So for the second row, I'm looking for pieces that haven't got yellow on. So that one there is blue and orange. Blue and orange, so blue and orange. So I want that piece to go into there. So I turn it away, up, around, down, and then it slots in. And that's it in. So now I'm looking for other ones that haven't got yellow on. That's red and green. Red and green goes in there. So that's handy because that's the opposite of what I've just done. So remember, you've got one method for the left, one method for the right. So I want that one to go in there. So I turn it away, up, around, and then bring it back down. And then I bring that one in there, and then it slots in. Okay, so now I'm looking for another one that hasn't got yellow on. That is orange and green. Orange and green goes in there. So I want that one to go in there. So I turn it away, up, around, down, and then it's just a simple slot in. So now I've got one piece left in there, and that one is blue and red. So that one is blue and red. That one needs to go in there, around, up, back, down, and then I just slot it in. So I now got 2 rows. row a minute. Not impressive, is it? So now I've got to get the cross on the bottom. So I'm looking at the bottom and I find that those two are matching in a part of the cross there. So I do up, that, and then I have another look and it's not there. So I do that, and then that, and I have another look, and now I've got the cross. But is the cross in the right place? Well, that one's right, but none of the other ones are right. So if I twiddle that round, I've got one that's right. So I'll just now concentrate on moving those cross pieces there. And the way I do that is up, around, down, around, up, around, and then down. And then I'll just jiggle it and see if it's in the right place. And it doesn't look like it is. So that green one is, and that blue one is. So I've got two in the right, so I do it again. So it's up, around, down, around, up, around, and then down. And now I'll just jiggle it and see if it's in the right place. I don't think it is. So I'll do it again. Up, around, down, around, up, around, and then down. And I'll just twiddle it. Hopefully it's in the right place now. No, but those two are matching, so I'll hold those in that corner. Up, around, down, around, up, around, down. Still not in the right place. Up, around, down, around, up, around, down. Finally. So now it's, again, this isn't, sometimes you'll do that and it will come out first time and you'll get a better time. Sometimes it will take as long as that. That seemed like a lifetime. So now I'm looking for the corners. So I've got the cross, I've got the centre bits matching to the edge. Now I'm after the corners and I'm looking for one that's in the right place, and that one is in the right place. The other ones, not so much. So that one I keep in the top right hand corner and I go round, up, back, up, around, down, back, down. And then I look at what's going on and I see that they are still not in the right place. So I keep that one in there as well. So I do around, up, back, up, around, down, back, down. And then I have a look and they are in the right place. Not only that, two of them are actually the right orientation too. So I've just got these to sort out. And the way I do that, remember, is I hold it with the one I want to fiddle with in the bottom right. Up, around, down, back, up, around, down, back. It's not right. Up, around, down, back, up, around, down, back. It is right. Twiddle the bottom. Up, around, down, back, up, around, down, back. Oh. That was pretty terrible. 4 minutes, 47 seconds. Yeah. So it's sometimes you'll do the steps. I will put these in a PDF so you can print them out, just so you can get. And it is muscle memory. You're doing it based on muscle memory. You haven't got to learn any codes. You haven't got to learn any. You haven't got to draw on it to say this is the top. You just do the same steps over and over again. As long as you remember the steps, it'll work every single time. You're not going to break any world records because that's different. That's an order of magnitude. More reliant on memorizing incredible numbers of steps, and that's not something that I can do. But just to get the satisfaction of being able to do the cube is worth it for me. And especially if you get to the stage where everyone gets one face, I've got one face, and you might get two faces, and so that overcoming those individual little barriers, the bits where you falter, is I hope you'll find that deeply satisfying. So I will put these sort of guides, a little visual guide. Hopefully they helped you to do it. Any questions, stick them in the comments. If you want me to do a follow-up video, then I will. But hopefully you can now do the cube. And remember, practice it. Don't just follow it and go, oh yeah, I can do it, and then start, doing. You got to do it regularly to keep it in your muscle memory. So do it once a week, just as a satisfying thing, and then you'll be able to do it forever. So any liking and subscribing it's not what I normally do this video, is it? But liking and subscribing is always appreciated. I hope you liked it, and as always, thanks for watching.